How impressive is it to you that Whitney's back out on the field and kind of has a chance to play after he tears his bicep? And what's he kind of been like behind the scenes these last couple months?
Man, he's been a great guy, man. It's really impressive, man, for guys to bounce back from injuries and do whatever it takes to, try to speed up their recovery process to get on the field and help the team out in the best way they can. Whitney's been a great leader, with veteran experience. He's been a great guy, great motivational guy. And he's always been a guy that I'm always happy to be around, man. He brings a lot of good energy and, a lot of veteran experience.
Tim Van Born.
Afternoon, Preston.
Good afternoon.
The Niners won 10 games, I think, in the regular season. I'm pretty sure they outrushed their opponents in 8 of those games. Is it too simple to say their rushing game is how they go offensively, one way or the other?
Yeah, it's been this has been how they've been going since I got to the Packers. They always been great running the ball, and finding ways to get big plays in the running game and to get their offense going and getting the ball in their playmakers' hands to make big plays for them.
Bill Huber.
Hey, Preston, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Great. So, you and Rashawn have had to carry the load for the most part. What would it mean for you guys to get both Z and Whitney back there as far as a depth perspective and maybe just getting some focal points elsewhere to free you guys up a little bit?
I mean, it'd be great, man. You can never have too many pass rushing, man. And the more weapons we have on defense, the better the outcome. The better we can help the outcome be for us as a team and as a unit. Those guys bring a lot of ability, and they help this defense tremendously. But whatever happens, happens. But whoever we have to play, we're gonna be excited to play with those guys, and we're gonna play at a high level, and everybody knows the expectation.
Cassidy Hill.
Hey, Preston, sort of building off of Tim's question, is there a game you can look back to this season to say that was possibly our best run defense? If we're going to beat the 49ers, it'll take replicating that game plan or better.
I cannot remember a game, to be honest with you, specifically. But I just know we had some times where we stopped the run. We played really well in the run game, and we were very stout up front. We was very disciplined, and we played very sound. And we handled our business. We played well together, and we had some times where we stopped the teams and we didn't allow them to have that many big rushing games. And we know we made some mistakes along the line. Some teams had some good rushes against us and some high rushing games. We just know we got to stay sound this game, play together, make sure we're disciplined with our keys, and we're disciplined with our technique, and we're disciplined with our play this game. So that's the focal point this week, and to make sure that we go out there and we play at a high level and try to get this win the best way as possible at home.
And then building off of that, how much more do you have to factor Debo into their run game now versus you did week 3?
They have him in a lot of different ways. They use him as a receiver. They use him as a running back. They have him on a lot of fly motion, do jet sweeps. So we gotta know where he's at all times. We got to make sure that we play sound football, that we make sure we execute up front and all over across the board, and we make sure that we play fast, physical, and we don't allow them to have any, big plays with him.
Dave Schrader.
Hey, Preston, in your opinion, how big is it to, A, start fast, and B, affect the quarterback? Because, A, if you start fast, you can force them to pass some more, and B, when you affect the quarterback, you can possibly get the mistakes that you've seen from Jimmy G and other quarterbacks when they're under duress all day.
We've seen what he can do when he has time back there, and we know the importance of causing the quarterback to not be comfortable. So we want to make sure that we go out there, we play sound up front, stop the run, and then we get in the passing downs. We make sure we apply pressure. We know he's one of the top guys in the league in getting the ball out. So we just got to stay patient, and we just got to keep rushing and doing our part to try to affect him from sitting back there in the pocket comfortably and making good throws to help his team out.
Tom Silverstein.
Hey, Preston, how you doing?
Good, Tom. How are you?
Good. So how different is 33-year-old Trent Williams than what you remember from early in your career? And then he looks like he tries to bury people all the time. Do you have any recollections or any matchups? Did he do things to young guys like you when you were coming up that taught you lessons?
No, he never taught me a lesson. He was a good teammate first and foremost. He's a great person, like a big brother to me. In my time at Washington, even after I left Washington, we would still text and communicate. Trent's always been a great guy, but seeing the practice film, I would tell him thank you because it's a couple times he's caught me off balance in practice, or it's a chance he could have did me like he did on film in the game. But he was being a good teammate to me at the time. And I know he's not going to be that good to me. He's not going to be that same guy to me no more. Now that we're not on the same team, if he has the opportunity.
Yeah, how is he different as a 33-year-old? I mean,
I don't see much difference. You know, I see him as the same player. He's been athletic, he's been strong, he's been fast, he's been physical. Uh, to be honest with you, I probably see it a lot more now that we're not on the same team because you always see highlights of him. Maybe he make ESPN burying guys, and you know when you watch film, we're breaking out opposing offenses and stuff like that. You see him appear on film a lot, burying guys and finishing guys out.
MK Burgess.
Preston, what's the difference from this team from week 3 to the team you guys saw take down Dallas last weekend?
You talking about the 49ers? What's the difference between them?
Yep, between when you played them in week 3 to where they've come now.
Man, it seems that they're still clicking. Even then, they made a lot of good plays and they was doing a lot of great things. But it seems like those guys are clicking. They're playing well together and they're making a lot of big plays in different ways. You know, guys dealt with some injury, but they got a lot of guys to step up in a lot of big ways to help them out and to help them be consistent along their stretch and to help them, you know, get wins along that line since we played them.
Jim Trotter.
Hey, Preston, thanks for the time. I'm curious, when you play a team multiple times, how much do you get a feel, not just for what they do, but let's say in this instance, Kyle Shanahan and the play calling? How much does that help you in terms of preparation and knowing what to expect?
It helps you a lot because, you know, you see, like, you know, after one time, you kind of see how they view you and what plays they feel like they can beat you with, and you kind of take that into your film study along with the new plays you may have seen them play since, like, you know, week 3, like she said earlier. You know, they might have added some new plays here and there, and they might have added some different looks, and you just got to be, you know, from the time we played them to now, it's like we know what they would run, how they view us, and we trying to see what new plays they might try to run against us to have success for their team.
Bill Huber.
Hey, Preston, with Debo, does anything change for you guys if they put him in the backfield? Like, do they run different plays? Is he somehow got a different skill set? Well, I guess what's the difference from your perspective?
It looks like from, you know, me watching the film and even watching the Cowboys game when they played them, it seems like, you know, they keep their game playing the same with him. He can do anything for them. He's just like a running back when he's in the backfield. You have to treat him as such because they can give him every handoff or they give him every toss or whatever kind of play, whatever kind of look they would give with any other running back they had in the past. And that's what helps their team out. They can use them in multiple ways. Even if they want to create a mismatch, they can use them back there to, you know, and do whatever it takes to help their team be successful. So, you know, seeing him on the film in a lot of different places, you just got to be aware of where he's at and make sure that we are locked in and make sure that we execute the best way as possible.
Dave Schrader.
Hey, Preston, you've had some pretty good run defense games. Like when Sean Mannion came to town, you were able to really slow down Dalvin Cook. Sometimes it feels from an observational standpoint that when there's a big focus on it going into the week, you guys perform well and sometimes are caught by surprise sometimes with run defense in other games. Do you feel like if you guys focus on it that you can get it done if you make it your main focus?
For sure. We know that these guys are going to come in and try to run the ball and be successful in the run game and try to move the ball that way and create short, you know, down and distance for them. But we know we just got to stay sound. You know, that's a focal point this week to make sure that we go out there and we stop the run and we don't allow them to get going. We know Debo's going to do his thing. You know, the other running back is going to do his thing. And that's what they do to get the ball rolling for them, to get the ball moving, to get them in rhythm. We just got to make sure we stop them early and often, and we make sure they don't get in rhythm, they don't get comfortable and get hot.
MK Burgess.
Preston, how do you disrupt a quarterback like Jimmy Garop? He's not mobile as some of the other quarterbacks you guys have faced this season. He's still one that if you let him kind of calm, he can be a problem.
Man, we just got to make sure any way possible, we got to make sure that he's not comfortable, making comfortable throws. We got to make sure we take away, you know, any of his reads and make sure we're in those windows and we don't allow him to sit back there comfortably. We got to make sure we get pressure on him when we get when we get our opportunities and make sure that he's not having a comfortable pocket in front of him to make those throws that he's comfortable making.
Tim Van Born.
Preston, did it feel cold today? Did it finally feel cold?
It just felt like a normal day in Green Bay. Actually, last Friday was actually colder. And just, you know, after a while, you just kind of get, you know, used to it. Not really, but, you know, you kind of get used to it, waking up knowing it's going to be cold.
How do you keep mind over matter, though, when you're focusing in a game? Does the adrenaline take over, and how much importance is the preparation to be, you know, layered up the right way?
You gotta make sure you focus on your assignment more than you want focus on being warm. In my opinion, you know, other guys are different. I'm just trying to go out there and make sure that I'm in the best way possible to make plays. I don't want to layer up too much and then I feel like I can't move. So I kind of want to have that, that be comfortable with what I'm wearing and make sure that I can play at a high level and it's not, my clothes are not hindering me from playing at a high level and making plays for this team. And to be honest with you, sometimes you just don't think about it because, that's our advantage playing here. We so used to practicing in this weather, and then on the game day it's going to be cold too. Sometimes it's colder throughout the week than it is on game day. So we just got to make sure that we focus on executing more than anything and make sure that we play at a high level and we play together. That's what it's going to come down to.
Cody Krupp.
Hey, Preston, missed the first question or two, but for Debo, is there a guy on the practice squad or somebody that's done a good job kind of emulating what he does, somebody that's, really helped you guys get ready for him this week?
I cannot really think of nobody specifically, but everybody does their part. All our practice guys, everybody on the look team, they give us great looks. They do whatever they can take. They do whatever they can do to help us have the best looks possible and to simulate us getting those game reps and those same looks that we get on game day.
Just follow that up. Is there a guy that you played this year that can compare relatively in what you guys have to do to prepare for a player like that? Is there somebody that's even come close in that preparation standpoint?
No. This guy's a special talent. You don't see guys like that that's just able to actually play receiver at a high level and actually get back there and play running back at a high level. I think he had 800 yards on the ground this year, and then 15? He had over 1,000 yards receiving. You don't see a guy like that too often unless you're playing against a guy like Alvin Kamara or some other running backs with that skill set. That can probably do that. I don't think we had a chance this year. Kareem Hunt didn't play when we played the Browns, but that's another guy who possibly can do that and have those skill sets to do that. And I can't really think of other guys. Maybe the closest thing were the guys in Arizona, but other than that, I can't really think of nobody right now. I'm pretty sure I'm forgetting somebody. I may be, but don't judge me for that.
Tom Silverstein.
Hey, Preston, how all pro goes. You never know who's going to really make it or how the voting's going to go. How did you guys react when you heard that Devondre Campbell had made it? Was that?
Man, it was expected. I'm not going to lie to you, man. I expected him to be all pro. I already knew they snubbed him with the Pro Bowl voting or whatever due to whatever circumstances, but we knew he deserved to be all pro first team, and we didn't expect nothing less. That guy, since he's been here, he's been playing on a high level. He's been a huge asset to this defense. He's been a huge asset to this team. I'm glad whoever pulled the trigger on getting him here did it, and I'm glad whoever made that call, made the right call, and I'm glad he said yes, man. I'm happy to have Dre, and he plays at a high level, and he's a great leader on this defense. He's a great player on this defense, and I feel so comfortable with him on the field. And everybody loves Dre. We all feel comfortable with him as an organization, as players. We love having him on the field. I love playing with him each and every Sunday.